guys, it's Ty with Ty the Dog Guy on the Daily, and I want to talk today about how boring dog training is. No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that how you probably think, because this is my profession. This has been my passion since I was a teenager, and I love dog training. But I had a couple experiences here recently that made me realize how good dog training is actually pretty boring. Let me explain. So I did an assembly the other day at a school. This is a school where we've got a young girl with a service dog, and her service dog does cool stuff. If she runs off, the dog will find her. If she has panic attacks, the dog helps her. The dog helps her so that she doesn't go into these tantrums and fits and things like that. And so the dog does cool stuff. But 98 to 99% of what the dog does is heels calmly by her side, lays down next to her desk, comes when she asks him to come, and that's it. That's like 99% of what that dog does, day in, day out, day in, day out. And it hit me because I was doing this assembly, and the assembly was mostly geared towards telling kids to leave the dog alone, because it's at school we want the kids to not pet the dog, not talk to the dog, not feed the dog, stuff like that. And so that's what the assembly was about. And afterwards, I opened it up for a few questions, and some kid said, "All right, can you show us the cool stuff the dog does?" And I was like, "No, not really. He sits, he lies down, And so, so here they put thousands of dollars and tons of time and all this effort into a dog, and at the end of the day, his training sure looks pretty boring. But really, all of that training went into having a companion that can just simply hang out and be a help and help when needed, and all that good stuff. And he's an amazing companion, amazing service dog in that sense. Now, another one that kind of hit me a little while ago was we got this dog in, and this dog, she has some aggression problems. And so we were showing the owner video. In fact, the dog has a lot of aggression problems. And so we were showing the owner video of like, all right, look, we're healing past other dogs. Look, we're doing downstays near other dogs. Look, she's starting to be fine around other dogs. And the owner, is thankful and, "Oh, thanks for sending these updates." And then one day, sends a message that says, "Well, when are you going to show me all the cool stuff she's learning?" And in my mind, I was like, well, shoot, your dog's been trying to attack every dog that she sees. And now look, now we're going past this. But, then I put myself in her shoes for a second and realized, I guess it does look kind of boring. All we're doing is healing past and doing sits and downstays and lying in your bed and stuff like that. But it made me realize at the same time that this is the majority of dog training. The majority of effort that we put into training our dogs is so that we can hang out with our dogs and they don't do anything, they don't make bad choices. That's it. Is it like thrilling to watch a dog go on a hike? No. It's not that interesting to see a dog hiking beside its owner. But if that's a dog that used to run off and chase and get aggressive, it's amazing training. It's just boring to look at. Or when this girl doesn't have meltdowns and doesn't have temper tantrums and doesn't run away anymore because of the dog, what's so interesting to look at? It's not that interesting to look and see the dog sitting and lying down and healing next to her side calmly. And so I get that from that perspective, we put in so much time, effort, money, all this stuff goes in to having a dog that just doesn't do stupid stuff. And so at the end of the day, that looks pretty boring. Now, there's certain things that we do. We do protection training, and it sure is fun to see the dog, bite the bad guy. And some folks do agility, and that's really cool. And some folks get into tricks. I don't really get into tricks and stuff like that. And so there are plenty of things that we can train our dogs to do that are fun to watch. Tons of things. But most of existing with a dog as a pet, as a family companion, as a service dog, etc., is none of that. It's just hanging out. So keep that in mind on where you put your effort, because it's not uncommon that somebody calls me and they say, "Oh, I've got this problem with my dog, but she's really well trained. She shakes, she rolls over, she waits for her meal, and she begs on command, and she dances. She's really well trained." And so that's what a lot of people think of as well trained, is the dog doing all these tricks. But in reality, none of that stuff really matters. It's fun, it's cool, do it. I'm not saying don't do it. I don't do it. I got other stuff I want to do with my dogs. But it's fun stuff. But a really well-trained dog is usually going to look pretty darn boring when you see video and when you see demonstrations. It's just a dog that's calmly not making bad choices.